Hello guys, welcome back to another video of mine. This is your match review for Brighton versus Chelsea, and we won 3-1, and I'm very pleased. Overall very pleased with the win. Just what we needed, starting the season off with 3 points. It's what every team wants to do, and we did it. It was a very interesting game. Did we deserve to win 3-1? Probably not, or no, we didn't. We didn't deserve to win 3-1. Don't know why I hesitated with that. Uh, there was still, as much as I enjoyed the win and the 3 points, there's still a lot that we need to improve on if we want to, progress the season, and if we want to, I said in the preview yesterday I don't want to talk about challenging for the title, but if we want to, we need to improve on some things that I saw yesterday. So I will get into that now. So the team that started yesterday, I'll just run through the starting 11. I wasn't too far off with my prediction. So it was Kepa in goal. It was Reece James at right back. It wasn't Rudiger and Zuma at centre back. It was Zuma and Christensen at centre back, and it wasn't Azpilicueta at left back. It was Marcos Alonso at left back. And in midfield, it was Jorginho and Kante as the two deep lying midfielders, so I got that right. And then the middle three, on the left now, I thought Christian Pulisic was fit to play. He obviously wasn't, because he wasn't even on the bench. So on the left was Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I think. I think it was Loftus-Cheek. Havertz played. Actually, Havertz played on the right. Sorry, it was Mason Mount on the left, Loftus-Cheek as the number 10, and then Kai Havertz on the right. And then up front we had Timo Werner. Now, when I saw the lineup, I was a little bit like, okay, it's not the best, it's not the worst, but we get on with it. Now, I missed the first half hour of the game because I was at football myself. So I missed the first goal, but I've seen the match. I watched the rest of the match after that. I even looked back on the first 30 minutes afterwards, and I saw obviously saw the penalty incident. Clear penalty, but there's no questions about it. Obviously, the Brighton midfielder gave the ball away to Jorginho, who just slipped it through. He kind of overhit the pass, really, which gave Werner a lot of work to do. But Werner was on his toes, sprinted to the ball, and he nipped there just in front of Matt Ryan and rounded him, and their knees collided, and Werner went down. Clear penalty, no question about that. Jorginho, we have some people have their reservations about Jorginho, but one thing that you can rely on him for is a good penalty. Except for the Carabao Cup final 2 years ago, but other than that, he's been very good, and he put it away, no problem. 1-0. And then this is where my point that I made earlier about, if we want to be challenging this season in whatever capacity, we need to improve on these things. We were very sloppy on the ball, and we were not in control of that game for large parts of it. And we always, doesn't matter what team you are, if you don't put your foot down, try and get control of the game, if you allow the other team to have the ball, have possession, have chances, get at you, you're always going to be under pressure, no matter what team it is. And we allowed Brighton to have the ball come at us, create chances, and they probably should have scored even before they did. But moving on to their goal, it was a ball that was played out to Tariq Lamptey, former Chelsea player who played very well yesterday. Just wanted to shout him out because he was very impressive. Had Alonso on the ropes for large parts of that game, and hats off to him. He played very well. So as I was saying, the ball went out to him. He played a little just simple pass to Leandro Trossard, can't think of his first name, and Trossard just shifted the ball out onto his left foot and he hit it. It wasn't the most powerful strike, and as I said, I'll come to Kepa in a minute, or now even, and Trossard hit the ball and it went past Kepa's reach and into the far corner, and it was 1-1. And at that moment I was thinking, here we go again. This Chelsea's story of us for all of last year, really. And I was thinking at the time, it's probably going to be this year. I mean, yeah, okay, it was a decent strike, but Kepa really should be saving that. Looking at it from his angle, we got all angles of the goal. we saw it from Kepa's angle, so behind the goal, and it almost goes like underneath his arm, and it's just like, yeah, there might have been pace on the strike, but if it goes under your arm, you are in control of that. All you need to do is plant your arm on the ground and parry it or gather it in. And he didn't do either. He just let it go underneath him and into the net. Now, obviously, he didn't intentionally let it roll under him. It was just very poor goalkeeping again. And this is the questions are just going to keep being asked about Kepa unless he really, really sorts this out, or unless we get another goalkeeper, which at this stage I would like to see. But anyway, that was Brighton's equaliser, 1-1. And I was at that time I was thinking, here we go again, just same story. But literally, I think less than 2 minutes later, we retreated to the best goal of the season so far. So far, there's still so a long way to go, but so far, goal of the season after one match week. Reece James, absolute pile driver into the top corner. The accuracy was pinpoint. The pace on the strike was unstoppable, right into the top corner. And when I saw it live, I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe. I thought it was like he was lining up the shot, and I was like, okay, not expecting this to go in, but hey ho, we'll see what happens. And it just nearly took the net off, and I was like, oh my god, what a goal. So we were straight back in front less than 2 minutes later, and then I was like, okay, let's just take control of this game, what we should have been doing from the start, and don't let Brighton get back into the game. Brighton did have a chance, probably almost immediately after Reece James's goal, and they really should have scored. It really should have been 2-2, and we were let off the hook there, really. A ball into the box, I think it was Trossard who actually crossed it in, to Lewis Dunk at the back post. Absolutely nobody marking him, and he just missed the header completely, and we were very fortunate. And then we finally got a bit of cushion, we got the 2-goal cushion, corner in, Kurt Zouma got on the end of it, big deflection, completely took it away from the goalkeeper, and that was 3-1. And I think we saw the game out comfortably, and we had a couple of kind of half chances to get a fourth, but it stayed 3-1 till the end of the game, and I was pleased with the result, pleased that we managed to win. Opening game of the season will give us that bit of confidence going into the Liverpool game on Sunday. But there's still some issues that will need to be addressed. Goalkeeping and defence, really. But I've seen, you know what? I wanted to make this point. I've seen a lot of social media posts since the game poking fun at Kai Havertz and, mainly Kai Havertz. Let me just point this out. He is 21 years of age, coming from a new league, hasn't had any time to train with the squad. I think he said it himself, he's only been training with the squad for about 4 or 5 days, and he's put in the starting 11. And people are expecting him to score a hat-trick, man of the match, 10 out of 10. Listen, okay, yeah, he was average last night. He was okay. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great either. It was probably what I expected of him, what I would have expected of Werner, but Werner played very well. All these new signings, Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Chilwell, Thiago Silva, they're all going to need time to gel and play together as a team. So I'm certainly not expecting them to be straight, out of the blocks from game one. You give them a bit of time. I know Chelsea. I know I'm not really making this statement for Chelsea fans. It's more rival fans that just like to poke fun just because he costs so much money. He's a big name. You know what? That's a credit to Kai Havertz because he's made that name for himself. So give him time to settle in, to get used to his new teammates, to get used to the Premier League, the pace of it, the power of it, and give him a couple of games, a couple of months even, and you will see the real Kai Havertz. But yeah, I don't even know why I should have even mentioned that. Like, he wasn't even bad last night. There were some glimpses of player that we have. Yeah, there were some hairy moments, but that's natural on your first game when you're so young and coming to a completely different league, different country, completely new teammates. So I was overall, yeah, there was some moments when I was like, okay, that's a bit, poor. But overall, I was quite impressed with how he played. So, yeah, give him time. Timo Werner was brilliant yesterday. He didn't score, but everything else about his game was on point. It was brilliant. He was brilliant. And I'm looking forward to seeing Ziyech when he comes in. Looking forward to Pulisic coming back. Chilwell, Thiago Silva. It goes for them as well. I'm looking forward to seeing them as well. But yeah, now overall, pleased with the result. Performance was okay. I think we need to be a bit more in control of games that we play, especially against teams lower half of the table teams. We need to be a bit more in control of the game than we were last night. But it's the very first game of the season. The players have had probably less than a week together training and preparing for this match and gelling with the new signing. So it is going to take time. And what did impress me today, not so much about performance-wise or anything, is the fact that if this was last season, we probably would have drawn that game or lost that game. So the fact that we won that game is hopefully a sign of improvement and growth within the squad. But we'll have to wait and see. We look forward to the Liverpool game on Sunday. Hopefully we'll have Pulisic back. Hopefully Thiago Silva will be able to play as well, and hopefully Havertz will have gained confidence from that game, similar with Timo Werner. And then maybe Ziyech should be back, Chilwell back. I don't think they'll be back. It'd be unlikely that we see them until at least the end of the month. Maybe the West Brom game the following week. But we'll have to wait and see anyway. Yeah, so that's all for this video, guys, I think. If you did enjoy it, please drop it a like. Subscribe if you're new around here or you enjoy the content. And I will have the preview for the Liverpool game out on Friday. I'm going to get out on Friday. So I'll see you then, guys, and take care.